next few days be making important decisions which need to be made now. The other decisions of deeper structural changes, whether they are called European Monetary Fund or Eurobonds and so on.
Entre tú y yo, sin de la guasa, sin de la comparsa, sin del sonido del tambor, sin de mare, 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 piedra de mare, pero nunca fue para ti sus vuelos. Flotando en el aire, rumbo pa' aquí, rumbo pa' allá. Flotando en el aire, rumbo pa' aquí, rumbo pa' allá.
Who are the new rulers of the world? Their empire today is greater than the British Empire ever was. This is the center of this new empire, all within a square mile in Washington. Down the road from the White House and the U.S. Treasury is the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. These two bodies are the agents of the richest countries on earth, especially the United States. The World Bank and the IMF were set up near the end of World War II to rebuild the economies of Europe. Later they began offering loans to poor countries, but only if they privatized their economies and allowed Western corporations free access to their raw materials and markets.
Debt has really been used as an instrument in order for the IMF and the World Bank to get their policies implemented in many developing countries. And we're into a situation now where the poorest countries are in a cycle, a vicious cycle of poverty. They can't get out. And the kind of debt cancellation that's been given still will not allow them to get out of this poverty trap. It's not a question of debt forgiveness, because actually many of the debts were incurred under pressure from the international institutions or were given in collusion with governments which weren't acting in the interests of their people.
Let me ask you, do you know the difference between Tanzania and Goldman Sachs? Tanzania is a country that has a gross national product of $2.2 billion and shares it between 25 million people. Goldman Sachs is an investment firm which has annual profits of $2.2 billion and shares them among 161 partners.
Iran. So the military option has by no means been abandoned, but it's nothing like what it was before. I mean, in the past, you just overthrew governments. You know, didn't think twice about it. As for the economic option, that's being lost too. The most dramatic case perhaps was Argentina. Argentina was the poster child for the IMF, and following IMF rules, it led to the worst economic disaster in its history, totally collapsed. Then, violating IMF rules radically, they pulled out of it and have had rapid growth. And the international investing community and the IMF, which is a branch of the Treasury Department, couldn't do anything about it, even the refusal to pay debt. And Argentina, in fact, the president of Argentina said, well, we're ridding ourselves of the IMF. That means of U.S. economic strangulation. And worse, he was...
Just want to make sure.
Ναι, θα σου πω εγώ το έχω. Δεν ξέρω, γιατί αυτό είναι πληροφόρηση τώρα που έχω εγώ από τους αστυνομικούς μου συντάξεις.
generale in Argentina ahora, ¿qué piensas de esto y qué piensas lo que pasa?
Por el momento nosotros, esto es a nivel obrero, nosotros no sabemos lo que pasa más arriba porque nosotros no somos inversionistas. Acá prácticamente la reventaron a la clase media, porque los grandes inversores acá se salvaron, tienen la plata en Uruguay, Paraguay, todos los países, Chile, se salvaron los más grandes. Acá los que cayeron fueron la clase media para abajo. ¿Entiendes?
Sí, sí.
Esa es la gente que... Por eso es la bronca que hay acá. Y va a seguir habiendo, porque este hombre que está ahora, él también estuvo en la provincia, él estuvo con Menem, él estuvo en la provincia, él estuvo gobernando, él sabe bien lo que pasó acá.
Sí,
por eso él también tiene la culpa de lo que pasó en el país. Es el autor de uno, por eso la gente está disconforme con él. Así que lo que está pasando, y va a pasar cosas peores por culpa de ese hombre, porque ese hombre también estuvo en el gobierno anteriormente.
Vale.
Bueno, ese es por el momento lo que podemos decir.